J. Cole is getting leaked by Jadakiss in real time, and it just flipped the entire The Fall Off rollout on its head. Not a snippet, not a rumor from a random fan page. We're talking Jadakiss auto mic next to Fat Joe casually saying J. Cole has another project coming, and it's not The Fall Off. You're seeing this right. And here's the part that has the culture spinning. Jadakiss says Jermaine J. Cole is rapping over classic beats. The Lox, Black Rob, and even a Mobb Deep connected sample has already been teased in the official rollout. So now people are asking the terrifying question, is J. Cole about to flood the market with 2 drops and take his spot back immediately? Because if Drake and Kendrick Lamar are still living in that big 3 conversation, why does it suddenly feel like J. Cole is plotting a whole re-entry with receipts, bars, and a double disc statement? Look at this. Stay with me. It gets worse in the best way. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and smash the like. You won't want to miss what comes next. This whole thing ignites because Jadakiss goes on the Joe and Jada podcast with Fat Joe and starts praising J. Cole, like heavy praise, while talking about what's coming with The Fall Off. And then, right in the middle of that, Jadakiss lets the cat out the bag. J. Cole has a separate mixtape coming before The Fall Off. Not maybe, not I heard a rumor, but Jadakiss describing specific beats and saying he heard it. He literally names Money, Power, and Respect and Can I Live as beats Cole rapped over, and he says he killed them. And you already know how the internet is. Once Jadakiss says it, fans don't treat it like gossip anymore. They treat it like a rollout clue. Now here's where it escalates within hours, because this leak hits at the same time that the Fall Off era is already moving fast. First, Cole already kicked off the official rollout with the Fall Off announcement video. Clean, cinematic, minimalist, just enough to scream, "This is the moment." Second, Cole drops Disc 2, Track 2, and that title alone makes people say, hold on, Disc 2, as in this isn't just an album, it's structured like a multi-disc statement. Third, Hip Hop DX points out the video ends with a bonus snippet using the same sample as Mobb Deep's Drop a Gem on him. And that matters because it instantly ties into the Cole rapping over classic beats conversation Jadakiss just opened up. Fourth, Complex adds more fuel by highlighting how tightly controlled this rollout is, down to Cole allegedly keeping vinyl pressings under constant supervision, because leaks are clearly a real fear in this era, which makes Jadakiss casually revealing a whole extra project feel even crazier. As of right now, what's confirmed versus alleged looks like this. The Fall Off is locked for February 6th, and Disc 2, Track 2 is already out as a lead statement record. But the mixtape, that's the volatile part. Jadakiss is the one saying it exists and naming beats, but Cole hasn't publicly confirmed it yet, so we have to call it reportedly and allegedly, even though the source is a literal rap legend talking like he's heard it. And now everyone's waiting for one thing. Does Cole surprise drop before February 6th?
The biggest receipt isn't a blurry screenshot or a DM from my cousin. The main evidence is Jadakiss saying it on camera. Cole has 2 things coming, The Fall Off and a mixtape where he used some of the Lox beats. Jadakiss specifically says Cole rapped over Money, Power, and Respect and Can I Live, and he's speaking like he personally heard the records. Now look at how that lands culturally. When Jadakiss says he killed them, that's not a random compliment. That's a stamp from somebody whose entire career is built on bars, toughness, and credibility. And the details matter. He doesn't say Cole got some new stuff. He gives specific beat titles. That's what makes it feel like a real leak, not promo talk. And the visual proof exists too. This isn't hearsay typed in a caption, it's a clip circulating because it came from the Joe and Jada ecosystem, meaning Joe Fat is sitting right there reacting, challenging, pushing back, making it feel like a real conversation, not a scripted announcement. Now here come the supporting receipts that connect dots. Receipt number 1. Disc 2, Track 2 isn't just a single, it's a signal. Hip Hop DX describes the concept and explicitly notes the Disc 2 framing as a hint that the Fall Off could be double disc. That aligns perfectly with your context. Vinyl packaging showing multiple discs and fans reading it like a 2-hour project. Receipt number 2, the end of the Disc 2 Track 2 video includes a bonus snippet using the same sample as Mobb Deep's Drop a Gem on Yem sampled. Your context says the mixtape includes a Drop a Gem on Them sampled vibe, and Hip Hop DX directly confirms the sample connection. That's a clean link between classic beats and what Cole is previewing. Receipt number 3, Complex frames this rollout as extremely controlled with limited vinyl and heavy supervision because Cole doesn't want things leaking, which makes the Jadakiss slip feel even more authentic, like this wasn't supposed to be public yet. Receipt number 4, multiple outlets repeat the same core claim. Jadakiss says mixtape before the fall off. That cross-reporting matters because it reduces the odds this is just one blog mishearing something. Now this is where it gets interesting. The smoking gun isn't even the mixtape itself. It's the combination of 3 things happening at once. J. Cole officially sets the date, Feb 6. He drops a lead record literally labeled Disc 2, which screams this is bigger than a normal album, and Jadakiss, not a blogger, says there's a separate mixtape where Cole is rapping over classic records like Money, Power, and Respect, and he's speaking like he personally heard the records. Put that together and the conclusion fans are racing toward is obvious. Cole is building a 2-mode rollout. One side is reflective, narrative, final album energy. The other is pure rap gym, aggressive, technical, spazzing over legendary beats. Exactly the kind of thing that flips public opinion fast if you're trying to remind the world who you are. You see what I'm seeing here? The most important reaction inside this story is the live dynamic between Fat Joe and Jadakiss. Joe isn't just nodding, he's challenging the idea of rating J. Cole the same after the 2024 moment with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, while Jadakiss is basically saying, once you hear the bars, none of that internet stuff matters. That tension is the culture in one conversation: legacy versus moment, pen versus perception. Then you've got media personalities and outlets amplifying it. Complex frames the entire era as high stakes because Cole is positioning the fall-off like a career capstone. That alone makes any extra project news feel like a bomb. Hot New Hip Hop highlights how quickly people started treating the mixtape idea like real, quoting social posts, reacting to the clip, and debating whether it's a boy. Fans immediately zoom in on the beat choices because Money, Power, and Respect isn't just a beat, it's an era. Can I Live isn't just nostalgia, it's a statement. People are reacting like, if J. Cole is really stepping into that lane, it's not a casual mixtape, it's a skill flex. And then the theories explode. Some fans interpret the Disc 2 labeling as proof it's a double album. Others think it's 2 separate projects. Others think the mixtape is It's a Boy finally materializing. That speculation cycle is exactly how rollouts go nuclear. The industry impact is obvious. If the fall-off is already being framed as the final studio album, then adding a surprise mixtape right before it could massively shift the narrative from pressure to momentum. Complex literally compares the Lord to mythical unreleased projects, meaning expectations are insane. And Hip Hop DX, covering both the mixtape claim and the Disc 2 Track 2 drop, is basically the hip hop press saying this is not a normal rollout. The unexpected angle is Jadakiss himself, because Jadakiss isn't Dreamville PR. Jadakiss isn't an employee. Jadakiss is a peer, and a peer who sounds like Cole personally played him something. That's why the leak hits different. It feels like an oops moment, not marketing.
Connect the dots with me. Step 1. Rollout officially starts with the fall-off announcement video and the date 2.6.26 stamped like a deadline. YouTube, J. Cole. Step 2. Within hours, J. Cole drops Disc 2 Track 2, which Hip Hop DX frames as a lead single and a giant hint the album might be double disc. Step 3. The conversation expands because the video ends with a bonus snippet tied to the Mobb Deep's Drop a Gem on Him sample. That's important because it signals Cole's mindset, classic references, sharp writing, I'm really rapping energy. Step 4. Days later, Jadakiss goes on Joe and Jada and reveals there's also a mixtape coming, where Cole raps over the Lox beats. That's the leak that flips everything. Now the hidden connection. The beat choice theme. Cole has always nodded to hip-hop history, and Complex even points out how he references classics throughout his career, so a rap over legendary instrumentals tape isn't random, it fits his DNA. And when Jadakiss says Cole used Locks beats, you're not just hearing Cole can rap, you're hearing Cole is stepping into New York bar culture territory with the blessing or at least the awareness of a Locks member. That's huge symbolism in hip-hop. Business-wise, a mixtape before and final album is a chess move. It can drive hype, reset perception, and control the conversation going into Feb 6. But it also raises questions. Clearance is not cheap. If Cole is really rapping over money, power, and respect, that suggests he either cleared it or is moving in a way that respects the legends, because this rollout is too high profile to be sloppy. Complex also frames Cole as extremely protective of his rollout, vinyl under constant supervision, which implies legal and business structure behind the scenes. The personal stakes are heavy. Final album talk is pressure, and public perception after the Kendrick Drake moment still floats around the conversation. Even Fat Joe brings it up in the clip. But Jadakiss's whole point is psychological. Bars fix everything. That's the message. If Cole raps at a certain level, the narrative changes instantly. From my perspective, the strongest pro-Cole argument is simple. This looks like intentional dominance. Disc 2, track 2 alone is Cole telling you the album is structured, conceptual, and ambitious. Then Jadakiss says there's a separate mixtape where Cole is sparring with classic beats, meaning Cole can satisfy both audiences, the give me depth people and the give me bars people. Now, Team Jadakiss messed up says if this was supposed to be a surprise, Jadakiss just stepped on the moment. Cole's rollout is clearly controlled. Complex even highlights how protective it is, so an uncontrolled reveal could force Cole's hand or change the timeline. That said, even this argument kind of collapses because the leak is so positive. It's not scandal, it's hype. Objectively, facts are, Cole announced Feb 6 and released Disc 2 Track 2. The mixtape is still unconfirmed by Cole and therefore remains alleged even if Jadakiss is a strong source. But the alignment between classic sampling in the rollout and Jadakiss's description is why people believe this isn't random talk. Bigger picture, this is hip-hop culture valuing proof. Not interviews, not think pieces. Proof is the music. Jadakiss basically says the internet can talk all day, but when Cole's pen shows up, the conversation resets. That's why this story matters beyond gossip, because it's about how artists regain power with output. I'm calling it now. We get some kind of confirmation window soon. Either Cole drops a teaser, a tracklist hint, or Dreamville nudges the two projects theory without fully saying it. Why? Because the rumor is too loud, and it's coming from Jadakiss, so silence becomes its own headline. Short term, the main consequence is narrative control. If Cole doesn't address it, fans will keep building their own rollout map. If he does address it, he risks spoiling the surprise. Either way, attention spikes, and attention is currency going into Feb 6. Long-term, if Cole actually delivers a hard mixtape and a deep double album, that changes how people remember this era. Not Cole disappeared, it becomes Cole closed the chapter with volume and precision. Wildcard, features, and collaborators. Complex notes there's still more questions than answers about what's really on the fall-off. If anything unexpected surfaces, like a surprise guest or a second teaser that confirms two-mode Cole, this entire rollout could jump another level overnight. What everyone's missing is the strategy. J. Cole is trying to win two fights at once. One fight is artistic, closing a final album with depth and narrative. The other fight is cultural, reminding people he can out-rap anybody alive with no gimmicks, just pen. This track 2 is the artistic flex. The alleged mixtape over classic beats is the cultural flex. In my opinion, Jadakiss leaking this might actually help Cole more than it hurts, because it frames Cole as active, loaded, and confident before the album even arrives. And if you're Cole, coming off a period where the internet questioned your competitive edge, the best possible headline isn't Cole explains himself, it's Cole is coming crazy, directly from Jadakiss's mouth. But the nuance is this: until Cole confirms it, we still have to treat the mixtape as alleged. That's not me being boring, that's how you stay clean and credible on YouTube. This shows how hip-hop still operates like a sport. Fans don't just want albums, they want statements, momentum, and proof of skill. And the moment a respected peer like Jadakiss speaks, the culture listens differently than it does to marketing. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I love this kind of rollout. Not because it's messy, because it's alive. The best eras feel like you might wake up to something new any day. And right now, with Feb 6 locked, it genuinely feels like J. Cole could still hit us with a surprise move that changes everything. Thanks for watching Fame Feed. If you enjoyed uncovering the real story, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss when we expose what everyone else is too scared to say. Ring that bell for notifications. And if you want more truth bombs like this, click on one of these videos next. Trust me, you'll want to see what we found.